Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing today? Can everyone see my screen? And can you hear me? Just to double check. Maria Julia, Mogiol, Niklas. Good morning, guys. Excited and looking forward to today's webinar. That's awesome. Yes, Aviator. What about the guys from the Zoom? Can you see the screen? I have the thumbnail so far. The reason I'm asking before we started, it's because I'm streaming from another platform today instead directly from Zoom. So I would like to make sure that everyone can see the screen. Looks like everything is fine because nobody says the opposite. Actually. Zoom is not working for me. Okay, looks like we have an issue with the Zoom, so I had to go to YouTube. Just bear with me, guys, just 1 second. Okay, let me just try to see something here. Just 1 second. Okay, we'll do something else then. Okay, guys, I will restart the webinar, maybe. Just 1 second. We will solve this. Guys, is everything fine now? Good morning, guys. Sorry, we had a little bit of technical difficult right now. Please confirm if everything is fine for Zoom and also for YouTube. Does everyone see the risk disclaimer? Cherry on YouTube said yes. Yes, now everything is fine. Okay, everything okay, all is good. Perfect. So, risk disclaimer as usual, and because we lost so much time, I wouldn't want to go through this stuff now. So let's go on the chart. So there we are. Yes, Edward said yes. Nick, Aviator, Niklas, everyone, good morning, guys. Mogil, Radov, Ruben, Sonil, William, and everyone else. So guys, let's start with the pound against the US dollar. That's the daily chart. Price broke continuously to the downside yesterday, and it moved lower, is moving lower actually. So the next area of support found it is this one here. So we do expect the price to move even lower. Now, that's the 4-hour chart. And what do we see on the 4-hour chart? The market made lower lows, of course, broke to the downside of this consolidation, and therefore we do expect for more weakness. Of course, a pullback is expected, and then we want to see the price moving downward. Yesterday, Euro US dollar, it was one of the best breakout for trend continuation traders. Let me show you. We said that on the weekly chart, price moves lower. It was a support here on the, why it didn't move here? Shouldn't be there, this one. We spot this support to be at this low here and then at this low there. And we said that it's about 20 pips on the weekly chart. Therefore, we can use only this one. And we can use it as an area because 20 pips on the weekly chart is very small to separate the two lines. So on the 4-hour chart, if you zoom out, you could see the market stop with this topping pattern here. It is trial to make a new high. It stopped and consolidate. And during the live at 12 p.m. actually, a bearish engulfing occurred at this point here, and it pushed the market lower right down to the support. And of course, due to the interest rate outcome by the European Central Bank, that's why this move occurred fast. But the fact that the market was in a downtrend, it's something we should have taken consideration. Okay. And I said many times, if you are looking to buy because you spot some bullish divergence, like this one here, and you were planning to buy this market, you should understand very well that you are trading against the major money flow. But it's not wrong. It's not something negative to do that. If you prefer, it's just there is low probability setup. But really, when moves, counter trend trading, it really moves nicely. Okay. Darshan, good morning, young man. Look, crazy. Aussie USD recovers so much overnight. Yes, absolutely. Look, Australian dollar, US dollar, it was one of the most under value currency pair. Basically, the Australian dollar so undervalued the last 3 weeks, and this week only start recovering a little bit. X-Man said hello. We're going to check right now the Aussie. Larry asked, what is the title MSTA I use at the front? Guys, because I'm a certified financial technical analyst, I have this designation from the Society of Technical Analysts from the UK. So that's the title at the front. That's allow me to create market analysis about how the market is going to behave, where it's going to move based on the technical analysis. And yesterday I did the first draft basically on this one here. So we see how we're going to try to bring it out to you on a weekly basis, hopefully. So let's check the Australian dollar, US dollar. This bottom pattern here, if we see on the weekly chart, guys, on the weekly chart here, it's a bottom pattern. And remember, we commented that at the support, price might move upward to recover a little bit before it moves lower. Now, on the 4-hour chart, for example, if you don't use daily charts and you trade the 4-hour charts, what could we see? After these multiple rejections at the support, I was expecting, to be honest, the price to continue to the downside, but there is a lot of room based on this empty space created here to be to get filled, as I explained in very old webinars 2 months, maybe almost a year ago, about how to trade these long candles here. I was expecting, to be honest, somewhere there, exactly in this area, to find some selling pressure and the market to continue moving lower, taking in consideration that there is a long red candle here that my price want to retest it at some point right in the middle. So maybe we're going to see some more push to the upside. But on the 4-hour chart, if we create the highs and the low structure of the market, so if we say that the last high, that was the high, that was the low, then a pullback here. When we create the lower low in the market, the origin of the moon becomes the lower high in technical analysis. And the reason you heard me on these webinars, always I say, as per technical analysis, that's what we do in technical analysis. I thought I told you in the past that I'm a certified financial technical analyst. That's why I thought you understood what I was, why I was mentioning that. But now I think it's clear to everyone. So everything you need about technical analysis, and the way I do this, I construct this webinar, it's not only by experience, but also by knowledge about technical analysis indicators. And every indicator I use on the chart, I know exactly how to implement them, why I have them on the chart, and I can explain you this stuff as well, although I already explained them a lot. Okay. Rumen, hello, Rumen. So next one, Kiwi followed the Australian dollar move. That's the daily chart. It looks that it's trying to push a bit upward. USD JPY, though, there are many traders, they were trying to sell from the gap created early on Monday here, this gap. Some traders, they enter there, some others there, some others there. After the gap is get filled, if I was about to trade this, I would prefer to trade towards the gap and not to sell from here right now, because on the weekly, the resistance, it's up there and then up there. So the market likely will stop at this resistance here. The market would like to go and grab all these orders are sitting there and then to reverse the downside, okay? And what time is it? We have another 10 minutes before we check other currency pairs. So now, as I promised yesterday, Darhan said, I felt yesterday it could collapse further to all supports. Yep, same here. Yeah. Roland, good morning. So as I promised to everyone yesterday in this webinar, I'll try to explain you a top-down analysis that is very simple and extremely effective. You can try it and you can see the results for yourself. Maybe it doesn't work for you, maybe it works for you, who knows? So on the weekly chart, let's delete the moving averages. Basically, let me open a brand new chart. Let's see. So euro, let's find the euro US dollar. So that's the euro US dollar. Now, you can delete all the indicators, all right? That's the euro US dollar weekly chart. Now, if on the weekly chart you zoom out like this, you create a mess in your chart. Guys, now I'm going to show you how to do a top-down analysis so you can feel confident to analyze any market you want, anytime you want. Now, depends on your screen, you can zoom in to the max on the MetaTrader. If you have if you use a laptop small screen, you maybe need to stay one click, one zoom away, but you can zoom as much as possible and you can draw the support and resistance close to the current price. Like here is the current price. You can see it, yeah. So if I turn on the left, I see that this low here on the weekly chart is the most recent, it's the most relevant support. And the previous weekly high becomes the resistance. Now, the current week's highs and low are not taken in consideration because the candle haven't completed yet. Next, that's as simple as this is what can you do on the weekly chart. Okay, that's all. I'm not going to ask you to try and figure out the trend on the weekly chart. Although by zoom out just a little bit, you can get an understanding of what the market is doing. Now, if you tell me that, you know, the weekly is downtrend because of this move and then retrace here, I mean, excuse me, you are talking about 2021 and it's almost the end of 2023. That's not relevant for trading. Traders, they do this a lot. Please stay away from that. Just take the last 5-6 months of the price move. That's the intermediate trend, and try to understand if there is a trend here. Okay, so from June to August, we see that lower highs and lower lows in the price. It means the market is in a downtrend. Simple as that. Because you're going to trade on the 4-hour chart, maybe on the 15-minute chart. So it's irrelevant what happened 2 years ago and 3 years ago. Then we can go to the daily chart. If that's not your execution time frame, you don't need to use the Bollinger Bands there. On the daily chart, you want to find some swings that they make the price turn. Like this swing here appear on Wednesday or Tuesday on the 12th, anyway, when maybe Wednesday, 15, 14, on Tuesday. This swing here and this swing there, they are relevant. Why? Because this becomes an inside support, resistance, as I explained you multiple times what is an inside resistance. And after this swing broke to the downside, then immediately the origin of the move, the beginning of the move, becomes its high. So we can see this pattern here now. Lower, that's the high, that's the lower high, and that's the low, and that's the lower low. So we have this A, B, C, D pattern, or lower highs and lower lows, because we broke the structure to the downside now. Therefore, we would like to be a seller, but what's the obstacle? The obstacle is that the price tapped into a weekly area of support, and maybe this weekly area will cause the market to move to the upside. Now, only if this swing breaks, we will say that we have a new potential uptrend. And when we see A, B, C, and D, then we have a confirmed uptrend. Next, if you plotted this support and this resistance here, and I encourage you to use this kind of trend line, so, or different colors, so you then confuse with which one is the weekly and which one is the daily. You can go, if your execution time frame is the 4-hour chart, that's where you're going to do more deep analysis. Like, okay, I have to zoom out and see. Now I will check my indicators. Now if you plot moving average, you're going to plot the moving averages. If you plot Bollinger Bands, you're going to plot the Bollinger Bands. And there you execute. Traders, they start from the weekly chart, they go nicely to the daily chart, but after they leave the daily chart, they don't know what are they looking in the market. True. So remember, weekly chart and daily chart, we plot the hard and soft levels of support and resistance. And then if we trade on the 4-hour chart, we have to find the entry points here. So for me, using Bollinger Bands, for example, to trade trends, Bollinger Bands, I leave the default on the Bollinger Bands. So for me, it's simple. What am I looking to trade using the Bollinger Bands? I look for, after I decide the direction, so you understand, we said our direction is we want to sell. So how do I sell? First, I want to sell when the price is either in the middle of the Bollinger Band or at the top of the Bollinger Band, never at the bottom. I don't do this stuff. 4 minutes for the London Open. So give me a couple of minutes and we finish, and we're going to continue hopefully on Monday. So on the 4-hour chart, I wait for the price to come either in the middle or at the top, but that's not enough. I want to check also the sequence of the market. I want to check the FIB tool. How is looking on the charts from high to low. The 50% is here and the 61.8 is there. Guys, look at this. What a coincidence. 61.8% aligns with the 20-period moving average. That's the middle of the Bollinger Band. You can see it here. Yeah, I hope everyone can see it. So this number with this line. And also look at on the left here, there is an inside resistance. There is an inside resistance from this candle here. What is an inside resistance again? It's when, if we identify this price here and we look on the left, two candles on the left and one candle on the right, they don't penetrate this low here. And the only occasion this low gets penetrated, it's after a decisive move to the downside. We see this, we saw this 1 million times, 1 million, okay, literally on the chart. So please pay attention to this. So I mark this area as the area that I prefer to sell. We have three, for now, confluences. First, the middle of the band, that's the first. Second, 61.8 fib retracement. Third, another inside resistance on the 4-hour chart. And fourth, the long bearish candle. All these areas are literally in the middle of this bearish candle. So we identified the area we want to sell. What are we waiting now? For the price to reach at this area and either take a price action reversal on the 4-hour chart, or you can go even to lower time frames, and from this area of resistance here, you can maybe identify a double top or a nice rejection bearish engulfing candle here, something that produces a lot above this resistance, and you can enter with a tighter stop loss, so you can take an entry as close as possible to the 61, and then to try and capitalize on this move. So here is the top-down analysis for you guys. Now, without saying anything on this one, let's check the DAX for the London Open. Yesterday, price made a new high here. There are some high points taken consideration. Keep this on the chart. 4-hour, it's bullish aggressively. Here are the multiple touches. 15-minute chart though, it's extremely bullish to the upside. Hourly chart, my goodness, for this breakout here, that's 58 points. So on the 5-minute chart, for the London breakout, looks like the market is not, we don't have any kind of divergence here. On the hourly chart, it's very, very aggressive. Ideally, this pattern, we wanted to see it on the on this one. But for now, I will place a sell stop order below the low of this one here. Sell stop. And I will place a buy stop above here to see if we can make it. It got triggered, so I cancel this one. Let's see if we can make it for this 10 or even 20 points until this resistance here. Guys, already 10 points on the DAX, 13. Let's see if the market is going to move all the way to this resistance. 1-minute candle. 13, 15 points. Whoever wants to close the trades, if you haven't closed your trades yet, Darshan, exactly when the buy stop on that occasion, it's a bit risky. Guys, 19 points so far for the market approaches this area of resistance, and I will close the trade soon. So 15, 16 points, close the trade. I'm out of that. 16 points today really played out well. All righty. I close, took the long, thanks to you. Nice, Darshan. Morning, F Mombua, Euro, US, USD. Is this a possible swing? Absolutely. Yep, that's a possible swing. All right, guys, I think that's all for me today. I'd like to wish to everyone to have a fantastic day ahead. Enjoy your weekend, and try to practice a little bit about the top-down analysis. Play these webinars as many times as you need to understand this concept, simple concept and super powerful. You can apply it in any time frame. Okay, so have a great week ahead, and I look forward to see you on Monday at the same time. Thank you, guys.